2025 is shaping up to be a fun year for all my fellow cozy gamers out there. Whether it's cleaning trinkets in a mysterious fantasy world or figuring out where to sit everyone in your limo, there's really a cozy game for any kind of mood you might be in. Some of these games are out now, and others will be a bit before they're released. So as always, I suggest wishlisting these on Steam. It not only helps the creators, but it also reminds you when they go on sale. And don't worry, I'll leave a little note on each saying when the release date is so you know if it's out now or not. If you're a fan of Grim Fandango because of the vibes and the aesthetic, then you're really gonna love WYRMHALL Brush and Banter. You take a part-time job filling in for a creature that cleans objects. These objects are brought through a strange fantasy world that connects all other worlds. So you set your shop up and you wait for folks to bring you gross artifacts. Sometimes it's a skull, sometimes it's a magical scepter that totally won't end the whole world as we know it when you clean it. They all have various things that need to be cleaned off, and so you have various tools to do the work. You can clean off bugs, grime, green hairs, and other stuff before you hand it back to the owner and earn some cash. Now, I know what you're thinking. This game is very similar to another cleaning game called Trash Goblin, but the aesthetics are different, and this one has more focus on telling jokes and having fun. Trash Goblin has a longer playtime and more things to tinker with, while WYRMHALL is kind of meant to be played in one sitting and takes about 2 hours of your time. I mean, you're only covering for the employee for about a week after all. I had some laugh out loud moments with this game, like the little brother character is written exactly like a little brother, and each person brings you an item that has something weird going on. Look, this game is $9.99, so you gotta decide if 2 hours of charming cuteness is worth that much to you. But you don't just have to trust me, the game has a free demo, and the full game is out now. Next we have Is This Seat Taken? It's a puzzle game about putting folks where they want to sit in cabs, limos, movie theaters, and more. Some people want to sit next to their friend and also the window. Some people are smelly and shouldn't be set next to anyone who has a sensitive nose. In the movie theater puzzle, some people want to sit next to folks with popcorn so they can steal some, and other people don't want to be set next to kids at all. It's a very fun little puzzle game, and it even has a simple story to go along with it. This game is for my fellow cozy puzzle enthusiasts and anyone who wants a game to unwind with after work. If you're thinking it would be great on Steam Deck, well, you'd be correct. It's going to be Steam Deck verified, so you can cozy up with this puzzle game on the couch. Just make sure you're sitting in the right seat. I don't really know when this is going to come out, but there's a very fun demo for you to check out. Okay, not to be a cozy game hipster, but here's a game you've probably already heard of. But I played the demo and I really want to talk about it. This game is already out. It's a cozy game about running a tea shop in the woods, directed and co-written by the creator of the Stanley Parable. Yep, that means it's going to get weird. You play a warrior who went undefeated for 3 years due to relentless work, unending pressure, and that never-give-up attitude one could only attribute to John Cena. But just like John Cena, you become a superstar warrior who sits firmly at the top of the card. But one day you lose, and then you keep losing, and you can't figure out why you keep losing. No matter how hard you try, suddenly you're a total loser. Like John Cena. Now, while John Cena turned his back on hustle, loyalty, and respect, you decide to go into the woods to track down a famous warrior who could possibly train you to be better. But once you enter the woods, you become tired. Your sword is too heavy to carry, and you pass out. When you awake, a tea master invites you to stay a while and brew some tea with you. If you decide to tell him, "You can't see me," and run back to the woods, you unfortunately pass out again and find yourself right back at the tea house. The message of the game is clear because subtlety is for cowards. The game loop is about making tea, relaxing, and maybe not pushing yourself so hard to work. And that's really what makes cozy games so awesome. That's the whole point of them. They invite you to relax in a way that you can't find with other games. They ask you to take some time away from your busy day to brew some tea. Another thing I want to add is that this game has a kind of World of Warcraft aesthetic. It reminds me so much of when I played it back in 2005. Yes, I am old. Back then, it was just such a game of wonder and endless possibilities. but the best parts were finding little places to craft or explore or roleplay. I think this game is going to be wonderful for anyone who wants a cozy game that has a twist to it, and I think it might help change fundamentally a lot of what we consider cozy games. Right now, cozy games are very much about like the perfect work loop. You farm, you run a shop, you're a potions master. But this game kind of makes you question why we like those games and why they're maybe necessary for us to have in our lives. Like I said, this game is out now, so you can just go play it. And I think the demo is still live too. Finally, we have a word puzzle called Little Problems. It's technically a detective game, but the stakes are very low. Each chapter involves clicking on objects to learn about them and memorizing words that will become useful at the end of the chapter. The game follows the story of a new university student navigating homework, family life, and her friends. Cozy is a word the developers have used to describe it, and it's pretty refreshing to see a detective game that keeps it light and fun. At the end of each chapter, you're tasked with filling out a kind of Mad Libs to describe what this scene is that you just explored. It's essentially filling in journal entries of the main character's day and then learning about her through these clues. There's stickers to collect, secrets to uncover, and a pleasant story to work through. I actually think this wouldn't be a terrible game for like a middle school aged kid. I think it's great for teaching their brains to look for important facts and clues to use later. There used to be games like this when I was younger that would help me with history tests and memorization based schoolwork. So this game will be out sometime in 2025, so just make sure to wishlist it if you're interested. I love the variety of cozy games that are coming out these days. The aesthetics can be anything from weird to cutesy, and they still make a great game to snuggle up with and play. Let me know in the comments which ones you want, and what kind of cozy games you wish people would make.